My boy pageant fans, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G, how are you all doing? So who here is still shocked at the latest move by the Miss Universe organization to finally remove the age limit for its contest starting next year? Previously, the organization only allowed women between the ages of 18 and 28 to compete in the beauty pageant in its more than 70 years of existence. And in a Women's Wear Daily article attached to the Miss Universe Instagram story yesterday, the reigning Miss Universe Arbony Nola defended her organization's move by saying that what I love about a Miss Universe is that they are always out first in line, looking for ways that they can be more inclusive and better live up to the platform that they have designed for us. It's a bold group of women in charge over here, and you know what? A lot of people tend to follow what we do, and it's nice to be the standard bearer. And I am proud that we get to do this. And then she went on to saying, I answered an onstage question. If you were going to make any changes to the organization's rules, what would they be? I said, to raise the age limit. When I competed, the age limit was 28, and I was 28 at that time. So my answer was that I think we should change this age limit. A woman's ability to compete at Miss Universe or anything in life shouldn't be defined by her age. That age is just a number, she said. So after reading this article, this is now what I feel about this latest move by the organization. To be honest, guys, I wasn't really that shocked when this finally came into fruition. In fact, I had already seen this coming, given that Miss Universe organization had already hinted about this during their press conference here in Manila when it graced the Miss Universe Philippines finals 4 months ago. But what I was so surprised to see was the removal of the maximum age limit, as it's now open to anyone who dreams of becoming Miss Universe. From now on, there is no more civil status, height, gender, and now age requirement to become Miss Universe. It has now become open to anyone literally in this world to join the pageant. So what's my take on this? Initially, I have reservations myself, as I am only used to seeing only biological women to join this pageant year in and out. But then again, I am not the owner of this pageant, and I am just one of the thousands of fans and spectators of it. And as a fan, all I can do is to understand the logic behind MUO's decision and try to respect it. And you know what, guys? As I try to digest everything, I really think all these new rulings is a positive change for the organization. Why do I say this? I think it only goes for its vision to become more inclusive in celebrating all kinds of women in general. I believe throughout the years, especially during the Trump era, remember, we have become so fixated on a certain type of beauty, and we were imposing toxic beauty standards to the women joining. Kasi, di ba, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, we did not mind girls joining with a height of 5 feet and 6 inches tall. But now, at this age, we look down on girls who are below 5'5" and do not conform to the ideal body size of the pageant. And this also goes through on how we perceive female Hollywood celebrities since the 90s. Back then, we were calling Nicole Richie or even Kim Kardashian fat when they are not. And the obsession and pressure we put on our girls to become the most perfect themselves physically has only alienated or turned off critics in the US and even viewers who are residing in the United States, where the Miss Universe organization is based. And Miss Universe organization can only do so much. So pageants are no longer popular as it used to be back in its heyday during the 70s and 80s. So now all these pageant systems are on survival mode given the times are changing, and it's a whole new generation out there who are consuming pop culture where Miss Universe belongs. In short, Miss Universe needs to become relevant at this point in time, and what a great way to do it, by accepting ageism on its system. I know people will say that with this move, it will dilute the prestige of the pageant, given that it's so easy to join now, as there are no more restrictions to join. But honestly, I don't think it will make the pageant less prestigious. Why do I say this again? In 2018, Angela Ponce from Spain became the first transgender woman to make it in the Miss Universe stage. But I don't really think it affected the pageant's prestige when it allowed her to join. In fact, a lot of fans even applauded that decision and encouraged all transgenders to try out for Miss Universe in their respective countries. And for us fans, we were still supporting Miss Universe after 2018, diba? The TV ratings may be low, but fans like me and you are still supporting Miss Universe. And same thing goes to the single moms and married women joining the competition. What Miss Universe wants to encourage us is to think that we need to evolve as a thinking and progressive society. I think it shows to our society that being a mother or being married or having these kinds of accomplishments in life do not make someone less of a woman or less desirable. For so long, kasi 'di ba for quite some time for so long that it has the Miss Universe organization has capped the age limit to only 28. And although these young women have achieved so much or have achieved so many accomplishments in life already, but by allowing older women or women with more responsibilities like being a mom, then the MUO encourages its fan base to listen to their stories and that young kids or even aspiring beauty queens can look up to them for inspiration. That these young kids could be so much more than their age and status right now. That with age we can accomplish more. And I think the 10-year-old version of me will be impressed of what I would be seeing at that time. So if we apply it to the women, same thing happens. It will attract more women to join na pwede na pala rin ako maging Miss Universe title holder. That I can be whoever I want to be in life na pwede na pala ako maging newscaster. Pwede na rin akong maging doctor or lawyer wherein I can reach a dream where age does not limit me from reaching my dream. And I think the difference here is that Miss Universe celebrates being all types of being a woman as opposed to being a girl. Kasi 'di ba guys, correct me if I'm wrong. You are up until a certain age to be considered a girl, but you are called a woman your entire life. Siguro a better illustration or example of this, of what I'm talking about, is the newly crowned Miss Universe Colombia Camila Avila. A beautifully married woman like her can really go head to head with the Trump candidates in the 90s or early 2000s. Matangkad, payat, maganda, has great stage presence, but what makes her less of a woman just because she has a kid already, 'di ba? Miss Colombia or even Miss Netherlands, who is a transgender, civil status and gender right now do not give them an advantage to the forthcoming competition. Before they compete in Miss Universe, they won their respective national pageants, and these national pageants have the ability to adhere to the new ruling of MUO. And as long as these women put in the hard work, they win fair and square and is winnable despite her civil status and is in tip-top shape with great pasarela skills, then why not, 'di ba? Why not let her compete? And come to think of it, I feel it plays to our advantage of having older women joining because we will have more accomplished women be able to share their stories, like what I had said. And I think the essence of pageantry nowadays, given with the implementation of the numerous advocacies, is not for these contestants or title holders to become just wallflowers or palamutis lang, but really to make a difference in contributing to the relevance of pageantry in the society. So, again, an example of what Miss Universe organization would like to project with its new ruling. Look at Victoria's Secret angel Adriana Lima or Tyra Banks or Heidi Klum going head to head with all these 18-year-old models in the show. If you look at them, it's only their age that is setting them apart from their counterparts. That they still, kung nakita nyo naman, that they still get their job done. And wala naman tayong makikitang difference at all as long as you got the standard. And I don't think naman all these national pageant organizations will send a candidate who is not winnable. It will still send the prototype pa rin. Kasi whether we like it or not, we are now entering a new era wherein being a woman is not defined by one status or gender or age, like what I had said. Now it's all about you as a person, and I think it's about time that we allow these women who have unfulfilled pageant dreams For the cynics, tanong ko lang to sa inyo guys. Does it mean that we are all about celebrating womanhood but as these women progress in terms of their careers and family lives, hindi na pwede? Kasi if we are to apply it here in our setting in the Philippines, mas tingin ko nga mas pabor pa nga sa atin itong mga bagong ruling now that I am thinking about it. For one, naisip ko yung educational system natin dito sa Pilipinas medyo matagal compared to the other countries. So, naisip ko dito kaagad si Tamarine Green, Miss South Africa 2018. She was able to finish her medical studies at age 24 to 26 or even younger as compared to her Filipina counterparts who would only get to finish her medical degree at the age of 26 or beyond due to economic circumstances or for whatever reason, nade-delay talaga yung pag-graduate nila. And it's something that we cannot change. And also one thing I noticed over the years, late bloomer ang mga Filipinas. They bloom at a later age. We bloom at a later age. Filipinos, I feel, are more confident with what they want and how they express themselves at a later age. And it's only then that they are starting to amass and take in as much life experiences compared to their Western counterparts na as early as 2021, alam mong may mga sarili ng identity. And with this comes the fact that we can no longer pressure our young contestants to join or just be defined by their age. That now we can celebrate the fact that all these women can still be considered the most beautiful at age 45, the way they were 17 or 18 years old. That their beauty is no longer defined by their youth or their purity. Na to celebrate all kinds of women. And diba, ito rin naman din matagal na palaging tinatanong sa mga Miss Universe contestants ever since 1990. Like during the time of Miss Botswana where she was asked about Miss Universe being pregnant during her reign. Or even Brooke Lee when she was asked about her predecessor's weight gain in Miss USA. Kasi napapansin ko kasi guys, yung iba kasi sa atin masyadong extreme mag-isip na now we might end up sending a geriatric candidate in the near future. And I don't think it will happen kasi all women naman have different priorities in life. And just because MUO has allowed all kinds of women to join does not mean lahat pwede na or lahat sasali na. But right now, this new ruling, aaminin ko sa inyo, is really exciting me as this means more choices for us in terms of contestants who will join next year. Na newbies battling it out with pageant veterans. And finally, we will no longer pressure women to join because of the age limit. And kung sasali na lang sila whenever they feel ready to compete. And that's the time they will join. The more they will be in fighting form, the more life experiences they will take in, mas palaban sila. And we really don't need to tell them now. It's about on their own terms from now on. And I think that's women empowerment right there. But I still feel you all guys. This is still quite a lot to digest. It's still too tough to decipher if these recent changes in the eligibility requirements will prove to be beneficial for MUO in the long run. I know change is inevitable, but for now, I would like to look at the bigger picture if MUO really has something bigger in store for us as a result from all these new rulings in the near future.